Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Nurse Dio. First impressions about Australia, Sydney, Australia to be exact. Before we jump into this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Nurse Dio, what we got?
As you can tell, the background has changed. I am now in my apartment. I'm gonna do a video on how I got my apartment sometime. Okay, so we'll leave that video for another time. But the excitement phase is still here.
I love it.
Currently 1 week since I moved to Australia. So
welcome to the London down under.
I wanna flex my love. I wanna impress.
So what are my first impressions about this gorgeous country? So I recently moved from the UK to Australia. I am a Nigerian by nationality, in case you're wondering. So here are my observations, or rather my first impressions. First impressions might not always be correct. It might just be
I feel that
a one-off, but these are the things Australia has shown me during my first 1 week here in Sydney. Okay, so first thing I noticed immediately I got off the plane, in people are a bit laid back. When I came out of the plane, the first thing I noticed is the people are a bit chilled and laid back. Okay, so I'm not gonna say everyone, because most of the people I came down with are not actually Australians, but I'm trying to say immigration officials. Okay, the person that checked me in is actually an Australian.
Okay,
by the way he speaks. Okay, when I was checking in, I didn't have my yellow fever card on hand, but I have had the vaccines. Okay, so when he asked me where you're coming from, Nigeria, where is your yellow fever card, and I was like, it's inside my bag, I don't have it at hand. And he was like, okay. And I told him that it's one of the requirements to get a job, because I had all my vaccines since I'm a registered nurse. And then he said, okay, he needs to see it. But when I was trying to check for it, I was struggling. And then I realized that I kept it with my documents, and my documents are inside my hand luggage. So it wasn't in my backpack. So he was just like, okay, as long as you have it and you've had the vaccine, that's fine. So yeah, they're a bit chill. They're not so fussy. I mean, first impression, right? Let's see.
I feel like, that is nice of him, because I feel like sometimes you just get someone either who's having a bad day or who's just grumpy from life. I don't know, just always grumpy. And it's like you're searching through it, and you know what I'm saying? You feel the pressure, right? You don't want to be holding anyone up or anything like that. You want to hurry up and get it, but you can't find it, and they get more frustrated. It's like you don't even have it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But it's Australia. He's an Aussie. He was laid back, chill. Take your time, find it. As long as you got it, you're good. Know what I'm saying? Take your time. No rush. Chill. Laid back. Talk to me, Nurse Dio.
See how 6 months down the line what I'm gonna say. Second thing that I noticed about Australia is that immediately I got off the whole airport and I came out, there is Wi-Fi outside the Sydney airport. There's still Wi-Fi outside, like I'm outside the car park, and the airport Wi-Fi is still here.
That is nice.
Nice. So usually what I've noticed is if you are coming out of the airport Wi-Fi goes off. Most places I've been to, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, I've not been to everywhere in the world, but majority of places I've been to, immediately you come down from the airport, out of the airport, your signal just goes off. Okay, however, it wasn't the same with Sydney airport. I came out, even when I got to the car park where my Uber was,
it was still on.
Still Wi-Fi.
Dang!
I was very impressed, very impressed. Okay. So,
even though I hear so much bad things about Australian internet, Australian Wi-Fi, it sounds like they take care of you at that airport. That's what it sounded like. They took care of Nurse Dio at the airport.
Let's go back to the third thing I noticed immediately I got to Australia, still within the same day, okay, that it was really hot. See,
of course,
I know they always say, hey, it's hot, but it's a different feeling when that warm air slaps on your face. And like, yes. Well, bring it on. So yeah, that was what I felt. It's so hot. The first time was just on my face, and I was like, ooh, welcome home. But culture shock. I'm gonna do a separate video on the culture shock. The next day, it was a bit cold. I was like, oh my God, this is not the Sydney you people promised to me.
Cause you're hot, then you're cold, you're yes, then you're no, you're in, then you're out, you're up, then you're down, you're wrong. I'm sorry. She said, hey, he said, you gotta feel that Australian heat. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, I done heard about it. I done been told about it plenty of times. But it's a different feeling when you feel it for yourself and that warm air slap you in the face. But then the next day it was cold. You just switch up after just day by day like that. Sound a little bit like Texas weather.
But anyway, it wasn't as bad because we're currently in spring. So yeah, that was what I noticed. Another thing I have actually noticed about Australia is that the customer service is a bit laid back as well. I know I've talked about laid back, but let me tell you more about what I noticed. When I go to my Airbnb, normally a usual rule of thumb is that someone will be there to check you in, right? That's what I've always noticed. Like, I've never ever gone to a property or an Airbnb and then the owner is not there to check me on, or the property manager is not there.
Really?
However, when I got to my Airbnb, there was no one to check me in. All I had to do was do a self-check-in. I just had to get the key from the lock. So the lady that is in charge of the Airbnb, she's so kind, she's so sweet. She gave me the password and everything to unlock the key pod and also to get into the apartment. So I did almost everything myself and I checked myself in. And another thing with the Airbnb.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's crazy because I guess that's just like different cultures and different things. Because I haven't been to an Airbnb where there is someone that has checked you in. Like, it's always they leave you the passcode for the key. You know what I'm saying? If there's any problems, you just call them, and then they call somebody like that locally, I guess, that they've hired to, and so they'll come and help out and fix it if you're having any issues or anything. But yeah, I've never been to an Airbnb where there's like been a property owner or anybody that actually does check you in. You usually always just like check yourself in. But right, different cultures, different rules of thumb, different way in how things are done. So I guess in Nigeria, the Airbnbs, you have somebody check you in, is what I assume, since she says she comes from Nigeria or whatever country she left Nigeria and went to before Australia, if not in Nigeria.
They allowed me early check-in without collecting a dime from me, which I find very nice, because usually if you're asking for an early check-in, they usually charge you more. But my Airbnb host was very kind. She didn't ask me for more money or anything. She only said, oh yes, it's going to be free because time. So I actually checked in around 10 a.m. whilst I was supposed to check in around 3. So that was so kind of her. And
that is very nice.
And I don't know if it's an Australian thing, but well, it happened to me in Australia, so I'm going to put it as my first experience. Well,
that's
when
dope.
I was moving into my permanent accommodation, so I'm currently in my permanent accommodation. I've left my Airbnb. I was going to check in around 10 a.m. again in the morning because my Airbnb was going to expire 10 a.m. I was going to check in 10 a.m. in my new place. However, my landlord was not going to be around by 10 a.m. He was going to be at work because he's not an agent. Okay, this is not his main job. He's just a landlord that was going to check me in. What he did was, he was so kind. He called me to say, oh, when are you going to check? And I said 10 a.m. He said, oh, he's going to be at work, blah, blah, blah. And then you know what he did? He actually asked me for my Airbnb address, and he drove down to my Airbnb a night before my move-in time to give me the keys. Guys,
wow.
I've never ever heard that kind of thing before. Usually, they will check you in. So, it happening in my Airbnb and it happening in my permanent apartment.
Yeah.
It just says a lot about Australians. They
are
very, very calm and laid back. I mean, it was so shocking to me.
That is very, very awesome right there. I absolutely love that. That's, you know what I'm saying? I won't be there at 10 a.m. So, no, because I'll be at my job. So, how about I just come over tonight, give you the keys so you can let yourself in. That's awesome. Hey, shout out to my Aussies. I'm telling you, they community first type people. They're loving, they're caring, they're laid back, they're chill, they're genuinely awesome. They're genuinely awesome.
I can't even explain. I'm really, really impressed. So he gave me the keys a night before my check-in time, and he was like, okay, you can go in whenever you want. So yeah, I was trying to do all my calling to fix my electricity, to fix my Wi-Fi, my internet, and my gas and all that. The customer service is amazing, guys. I mean, when I called to fix, immediately I said, hi, my name is Deo. Do you know what the customer service, bless him, do you know what he said? He said, oh, Deo, do you know that song? Deo, we said Deo, daylight come now, I was what? So the first thing that came to my mind was, are you British? Because, oh, British. Because when I was in the UK, most of my patients always sing that song to me. Everyone I come across, whenever they say, oh, your name is Deo, that's the first thing they actually sing. But hearing it from someone that knows his call is being recorded, I was so like impressed. Usually whenever I call anyone in the UK, like customer service, and they are recording the call, everyone is a bit professional. No one speaks, no one does anything out of the business, okay? They are very strict.
For sure.
They talk to you directly in a professional manner. But coming here to Australia, and when the call is being recorded and you are singing to your customer, I was like, what is happening?
I swear to God, that's funny. I really love Australians. They really awesome out here. They're really dope people out here. The land down under got incredible people. My name is Dale. Oh, Dale. Dale. Daylight come and me want to go.
I mean, it made me feel so much at home. I won't even lie. I felt so much at home because for him to sing that song while he knows the call is being recorded, I was like, are you okay? Do you want to lose your job? But then I was like, that isn't that deep. Okay, as long as the customer doesn't find it offensive. But yeah, I enjoyed it and I sang along with him anyway because and yeah, it was nice. It was a lovely experience. So what else have I noticed? Another thing I've noticed is Sydney is clean, okay? The air, like there's just something about the fresh air I breathe immediately. The English. There's something about the air I breathe. Immediately I go out of the airport. The air is just fresh, like it was just so, and it's still fresh. Like even now, like the air is just fresh, as well as the area. The city is clean. Like you could barely find litter around the area. Okay, which I found nice. I mean, there are a bits around in the suburb areas, but like the city, it's clean. Okay, and yeah, these are the things I have noticed straight out of the UK to Australia. I've noticed, okay, so hopefully it remains like this or even more positive.
Facts.
I mean, I just feel so lucky and I feel so much at home. I always tell people I feel at home, like this is home for me now. So
I love that.
These are my absolutely love that. Let me know if you are in Australia and if these things are true. And if you're an Australian, thank you so much for making this place home for us, like people like us that are coming in. It means so much to us, and yeah, I'm just so happy to be here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Probably it's gonna be culture shocks that I have experienced here in Australia. I'm still settling in. Everything is going well as planned, and I don't have any complaints yet. So yeah, hopefully you subscribe to my channel, guys. Please get me to 15k subscribers. I don't know when I'm going to post this video, but currently I'm on 14,000. So please try and get me to 15k. Okay, I'm gonna see you guys later. I love you all and bye.
Hey, shout out to my Aussie people, man, for taking care of Nurse Dio out there. Very nice. Or Deo. Is it Deo or Dio? Sorry, Deo. That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal. Out.